Yeah.
And that creates an environment for family.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the vibe I get, because, gosh, we've done events at the park. You guys did events at the beach. You know, done it all, and the vibe you get and the brotherhood that comes along with that. You know, God knows I'm way over here in Orange County, and I still feel like I'm part of the crew when I go out there. You know what I mean? I've always loved that, so it's my second home.
We love having you there.
Thank you, brother. I dig that. So, moving forward with. Obviously, we're coming out of COVID, kind of. I don't know if I can say that just yet, but obviously the kids are back in and doing their thing right now, right?
As of now, they're
still not?
Yeah,
okay. I see a little bit here and there, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's just hard to say. So my question was, what do you think about jiu-jitsu events coming up? But maybe we're looking into 2021 then.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We're still coming out of the tail end of this, so it makes sense. But you're one of the few survivors. I feel like there's a lot of people that just can't sustain themselves in this environment.
Yeah.
And yet you reinvented who you are.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it was pretty much it was a curveball, you know, to a lot of us, and you know, just you know, I'm happy we were able to make the right decisions in order for us to come out on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a strong way to look at such a time of obstacles and challenges, especially when you're regarded as a gym. I don't consider it a gym. A gym is where people work out to get physically fit. It's more of a dojo where you learn to fight and where you learn
Exactly.
to become who you are spiritually, emotionally, you know, and for all the purposes that you guys offer. So it's sad that people don't see that as what people need during this time. It may be the very thing that pushes you through most of these things that are challenging people. Without it, people could get sick.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people need help in general, you know, as far as guidance, whether it's individual guidance or, you know, just anything in general. But, you know, we offer this, so, you know, as an individual, you need something to just kind of physically, mentally, and spiritually do, so you can just get that stress off of your back, you know?
Sure.
You know, when someone heavy's right on top of you or with heavy pressure while you're doing jiu-jitsu, you're not worried about, you know, what I'm gonna eat, you know, like 2 hours from now. You're worried about how to get out of there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the focus that you want, you know?
Yeah, it's a game of centimeters. You may move just a little bit just to breathe better to set something up. But it's a game of just little micro movements, especially the higher you get. The higher up in belts you get, the less movement that actually happens.
Yeah.
Because you're setting things up. So yeah, I can definitely respect that. With the style of jiu-jitsu that you teach, are you implementing strikes, elbows, things on the ground and pound, or are you sticking to just the grappling side of things for now?
Oh, we do both. You know, there's different variations throughout the teaching. You know, we have our jiu-jitsu side, and then we have our striking side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, throughout the class, we'll implement both. You know, if you're just doing just jiu-jitsu, then you know you can apply this, and if you're doing, you know, some type of fighting, then you can implement this other variation to it.
Yeah, there's so many different aspects. And one thing I know, especially at San Pedro, at Six Blades, weaponry.
Exactly.
You know, taking a knife from someone, taking a gun from someone. You know, those are things that people don't necessarily approach or understand as being a part of jiu-jitsu, but it is.
Yes.
You know, and how to approach taking, you know, two hands on one and getting the direction of that gun away from your body, you know what I mean, and pointing it away, and some things like that, and leveraging yourself. These are simple things. There's much more to that, but very necessary because we live in a time of upheaval.
Yeah.
And I would think people would seek you out because of what's going on in the streets, even tonight.
Yeah.
Somewhere in America, people are at a time of unrest.
Yep. You know, and that's something I'm glad you brought that up, just because I'm a strong believer of self-defense jiu-jitsu. You know, I strongly respect the sport side of it. You know, that's something new. You know, from the point when I started jiu-jitsu. I started jiu-jitsu when I was 12 years old, and you know, I took a long break just because, you know, my personal life. But you know, just the old school way, your fundamentals, just getting a strong base to your jiu-jitsu. I strongly believe in that, because now with this sport jiu-jitsu, and I say it again, I respect it, but if you're out on the street and you're trying to pass someone's legs, you're not gonna pass someone's legs and be like, oh, I got 2 points.
Yeah. Let me stall.
You need to understand that this is a life and death situation at times.
I agree, and it's often said that you will fight the way that you train.
Exactly.
Your body will only do what you've taught it to do.
Right.
And you're only going to do what you practice, because you become what it is that you do every day. So if you're implementing those strategies, they don't work in the street.
Yeah.
And in fact, you're going to get caught. It's going to be ugly. So yeah, I like you said, respect it though, because what I have learned with some of the things that we're able to do with Free Admission Media, again, seeing people prepare for their events, and they're rolling and sequencing and putting together things. There's some high-level stuff coming out of it.
Yeah.
So there is some respect for the evolution of where they're putting things.
Yep.
But again, that gets it gets a little gray when there's punches, kicks, and elbows.
Right. Like I said, I say it again, I have a lot of respect for the sport
Sure.
side of it, because there's a lot of amazing athletes coming out of there, as far as the adults, and then I get surprised even with the kids, man.
Yeah.
Kids are just
Savages.
something else,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I agree. And the ladies MMA in itself has come so far in 2 to 3 years.
Exactly.
And we're seeing dominance now. We're seeing a different type of people that aren't just one-trick ponies. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's really cool to kind of see that, and you get excited about those fights. We watch them together, so we love that. I love that we do this. We live it.
Yeah.
So it isn't just that you practice. You actually got to root on people out there that are fighting at a high level, which brings me to a tough moment, but we do got to say it because this is the first show that we've had. Give our condolences and respect to the Gibson family. I mean, they're people that trained with Mike. They're his training partners, Chase and Cooper.
Exactly.
And Cooper has now moved on, and we'll see you on the other side, man, because your spirit lives on. And I did see a beautiful mural with wings built right next to the boxing ring.
Exactly.
And so much respect to that family and to Cooper himself, because he's bigger than just a body, right?
Yes,
his
my
spirit lives on.
condolences to the Gibson family. They both have been amazing to me. Great training partners, and I'm gonna miss him.
Solid people, man. That's all there is to it. And they were always there to kind of help everybody else continue to grow. That's a strong fight team. So when you talk about Cooper Gibson, you talk about Chase Gibson, they were always there for their team members.
Exactly.
And making sure. And that's why a lot of big fighters came out of there, man, and still do. So hats off to them again. My condolences to the family, and best wishes for everybody that really has been touched by Cooper's life, because I know it's a challenging time with everything we're going through in 2020, and then you add those kind of things to it. It's really hard.
Yep.
But again, continue training, control of your breath, work on who we are as individuals. You never get past these things, but you let them live inside you.
Exactly.
And I think that's what it's all about. On that note, I will transition and bring on our next segment, of course, which is going to be Joey the Bull. Oh, we're going to do Adam. Okay, I'm sorry. We bring on Adam Araby. He's going to talk about the upcoming UFC fights. He's going to take my spot on camera with Mike Hermosillo. We're going to go ahead and switch up spots right now. So, Adam, we call it the Bloody Breakdown coming up. So, we're going to talk about fights. Feel free to chime in with Adam. He's going to want your opinion on the fights, too. Cool.
That's right.
Come on, Adam.
I'd like to thank one of our huge sponsors out, Our Life CBD in the house. Once again, Our Life CBD. Check them out, ourlifecbd.com. Check out all their stuff, their ointments, their creams, their drops. They're worth it. ourlifecbd.com. Check them out.
All right. So, this weekend we got a really interesting fight card of some really kind of interesting matchups people wouldn't expect to be as exciting as actually when you look at the X's and O's. So we're starting off the card with a featherweight fight in Yusuf Zalal versus, we're going to really try with this name, Leah Topuria from Georgia. I believe I got it. Leah Topuria. You want to give that a shot?
Yeah, Leah Topuria. Yeah, there you go.
Leah Topuria. All right, we're sticking with that one for now. I apologize if I butcher any fighters' names. This is a sport where international athletes are from, so it gets a little hard with pronunciations. But going back to this fight, Lee is actually a really hot prospect, making his UFC debut against, a guy who's been active in Yusuf Zalal. We've seen him in, I believe, let's say, I guess we could say the UFC bubble, if we're going by the sports bubbles or wherever sports are plays now are in bubbles now. So he's been active within the UFC bubbles of Fight Island and in Vegas, and I believe this one's back in Abu Dhabi, I want to say. So we're back on that same similar time zone. Like I said, he's kept active. I really like Yusuf for this fight just because he's a little more experienced. He's been in the UFC. He's been in kind of those tougher crowds. Leah's really talented in terms of a wrestler, very heavy hands. But personally, I'm going to go with Yusuf Zalal on this one just because he has that experience and he has a more kind of diverse, just striking set. Because he's been kickboxing since, I believe, the age of 10 years old, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
And just, especially within his stance, he's kind of, you can see he's more advanced within switching from southpaw orthodox, kind of standing in that kind of more traditional, kind of sideways kickboxer style.
Yeah.
So I think he's ready for some of the things. I am a little worried, though, about Leah's top game. I feel like if it goes to the ground, it will be his fight just because he's got some heavy hands and heavy elbows. Robert, you want to say something to me? You got something to say?
No, I don't know much about the second guy, so I was just trying to learn. I mean, I know a lot about Yusuf, the Moroccan
There's
devil.
not very much on him. It was
I know a lot about him. I met him before, and I shot with him before. So he's from the Colorado guys, Muay Thai X.
Yeah.
So he's got Brandon Royval, he's got Vince Cuchera, he's got
Alexander Hernandez.
He's got a ton of training partners.
Yeah.
I mean,
Proven coach too, Mark Montoya.
Mark Montoya, yeah.
Mark Montoya.
So I mean,
I
they've
really
got
like Yusuf on
a lot
this
of it.
fight, but Lee's a talented fighter and got the call for a reason. Very great athlete, but I'm more secure in Yusuf just due, like I said, when a fighter's active, especially during these times, I'm more secure in what I've seen on tape.
Right, exactly.
What do you think, Mike?
It's kind of tough to see, especially since it's his debut. But I really like going for the underdogs.
Yeah. No, this guy's definitely, I wouldn't call him an underdog in this fight. If you've seen this guy fight, he's had some serious serious power in his hands.
Exactly. And not only that, I've Vince has been my training partner for a while as well. So I kind of relate to the training style and everything. So that's pretty much what I got.
Yeah. Moving on to a very, very fun fight. A very interesting prospect that most people haven't heard in the heavyweight division. Tom Aspinall, training out of, I believe it's the same gym Darren Till trains out of. I quite don't know the name, but in that same camp. Very talented heavyweight prospect. The guy's 6'5", weighs in around 250 typically, moves like a welterweight. What's insane, made his UFC debut and cracked the guy in the first round within 43 seconds. I was just watching that fight before I came here. I was like, whoa, why are we not talking about this guy? Because I really am thinking he's going to be a future contender. Alan Badeau is a good kickboxer, a good fighter, great athlete, but he is moving up from light heavyweight. His last fight was he won it due to some disqualification from his other opponent.
Right.
But we've seen him get a little wild, and I've seen him get caught, and you can't get wild or try to out athlete Tom Aspinall. He's too big, he's too athletic, he's too quick. Personally, I'm gonna go with Aspinall, and I feel like he's gonna knock him out. Personally, if I had to predict something, but Tom Aspinall is just a really talented fighter.
Yeah, I've seen him fight, and I think I'm going with him as well.
And I feel like just that size advantage is gonna be something really tough for Badeau to get over. So I'm gonna go with Aspinall on this one, and then I'm really actually excited for this fight between Marcus Perez and. We're going to try for this one again. Dricus Duplessis. Guys. That's the best I got. I've tried.
Sounds like a disease.
Yeah, right? But really exciting fight. Marcus Perez is actually a really exciting fighter. BJJ black belt, but with the kung fu background. I was watching his fight with I forgot what the guy's name, but a younger Brazilian kid, and he was bringing it on to him. Very good very slick head movement, very good reaction time. I was really, really surprised when I was looking at Marcus Perez's film. Like, his reaction time is just something incredible, really coming from that karate background of knowing how to manage distance, throwing all kinds of strikes, spinning back kicks, jumping off the gun, and like I said, a BJJ black belt. But Dricus is obviously, a very well-rounded fighter. Has actually, I believe 9 submission victories and 4 KOs and TKOs. So it's 2 really well-rounded middleweights. But personally, just like I said, Dricus hasn't had much experience in the UFC, and you never know with the guy who's just coming off of, a quarantine, and then also his first fight back within the UFC, and kind of getting his feet wet and kind of getting things started, versus Marcus Perez, who we've seen in the UFC, and we've seen him perform at that high level.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going to go with Marcus on this one, just because I think he's a really talented fighter, and he's really coming into his own.
I think it's he's a fun fighter, Marcus Perez, and, I'm on his side for this fight.
I'm going on this one just because, I really love that style of being very, like I said, a well-rounded BJJ ground game and a kung fu fun style where he's throwing side kicks and super athletic.
I've seen a couple of his fights, and they've been pretty interesting.
I agree. And then on to an interesting matchup I didn't expect to be personally this high up, but still, an interesting matchup in the heavyweight division of Ben Rothwell versus Marcin Tybura. Marcin's been on a good little streak, having a few decision wins, fighting a lot smarter, not relying on the same tools, fighting smarter, keeping up with the ground game. Really, a lot of evolution within the clinch, a lot of good clinch work. Personally, with Ben Rothwell, I wasn't too impressed with his last performance with Ovince St. Peru, and also considering the fact that OSP didn't look the greatest at heavyweight, in my opinion. He didn't have the same kind of speed that he kind of has at 205 to keep that guys up. And you just never know when you're not cutting weight and you're able to be a little bit heavier. You might change your game plan, which but you could see Ben Rothwell, even though he won that fight, and it was still close. It wasn't the shutout I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And Ben Rothwell is not a young man. He's 38 years old, and he's been in there with, the who's who of the heavyweight division. So I'm liking Tybura on this one just because he has momentum. He's been having a lot of good decision wins, which I think in a heavyweight division matters for guys who are not known for having great gas tanks. If you can get it done, impressing the judges, I feel like that's, in a way, a little more skillful than you see a lot of heavyweights, who rely on the athleticism for a one-punch knockout every time.
Right.
So personally, I'm going to go with Marcin Tybura just because I've been more impressed with his performances recently, but it's not a fight that Ben Rothwell can't win.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the same one.
Same one?
Yeah, Rothwell, like you said, the last fight, it wasn't that impressive, and
when you're on the down,
this guy here, he's been moving. He's been moving
Marcin
pretty good.
Tybura has been facing some high-level competition and keeping up.
Right now,
it's been impressive.
I think he's a lot more active than Ben.
Yeah, and then a co-main event that I personally think has kind of fallen under the radar. I don't know why people aren't talking about this.
Barboza.
Edson Barboza versus Makwan Amerikani. And a lot of people don't talk about Makwan Amerikani, but I think this guy really is a good contender for the featherweight strap. Really good wrestling, really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu, great striking, very creative, actually. I believe his first knockout in the UFC, he said, was a flying knee knockout. And he said, I've never done a flying knee before, not in the practice room. I saw the opening and I figured, let's give this a shot. Which to me, to me, as a viewer and somebody who's watching and a fan of him, he's always evolutionizing and he always has creativity and he keeps a high pace.
Yeah.
I believe this is the second outing for featherweight for Edson Barboza. He did lose to Dan Ige, even though it was a good fight. It was a close fight, but like I said, he did lose to Dan Ige, and he kind of struggled on that same kind of... When you see that heavy ground game, I feel like that's where you see Barboza struggle a little bit, even though it's hard to get him down. It's getting him down is no easy task. There's a reason he trains with, I believe, Lance Palmer and Frankie Edgar.
Yep.
And he's had guys say, in the practice room, who are proven wrestlers who are saying, dude, we can't get this guy down, But he's a tall guy for the division. I believe he has, 75 inches to 72, 3-inch reach to 5'9" to 5'8". Edson Barbosa always tricks me with his height. I swear, every time I'm thinking this guy's like 6 foot, 6'1". No, but just the way he stands tall and is able to fight tall like that. Very advanced striker. But personally, I'm going to go with Makwan on this one, just because people aren't looking at him, taking him seriously enough, in my opinion.
Yeah,
as a
I'm going with Mach 1 as well.
I think,
Barbosa's been having a tough time. I think these last couple fights.
I don't know. Ever since the Khabib fight, something's been different.
Yeah, he's kind of.
Something's been a little. He had that bounce back win, but with that Khabib fight, you could see within the ground game. I feel like it's just something's been different when people get top position.
Right.
It's just he starts wailing on him, and then it's almost like he gets flashbacks to what it was like with Khabib, where he's just like, oh dang,
Yeah.
When you see a guy where he knows he can be beat in that way, I feel like that almost kind of it messes with your head a little bit, and you can't be a guy who's super confident like Makwan, who's just a confident human being and knows what he wants to do and knows what he's going to accomplish.
Exactly.
And we really, in the UFC specifically, haven't really seen his ground game and how good it really is. I personally think it's going to be a great coming out party for Makwan, where people are going to really know his name. And then on to this very, very exciting bantamweight main event. A very important fight, in my opinion, for the rankings of bantamweight. It's very interesting right now, with the championship being up for grabs, and now I believe Peter Yan has it. And then I believe Aljamain Sterling is next in line for the shot. At least that's the talks. Nothing, I believe, is written in paper yet, but it's kind of the guaranteed. But still, one of these guys could easily be up for a title shot, especially Corey Sandhagen. Granted, he got caught with Aljamain Sterling. He got, I don't want to say lazy. He got surprised. He didn't expect his back to get taken so early in the fight. Nobody did. I didn't expect that fight. I thought that would be, a 3-round war, and it was over within the first round. But we've seen Corey Sandhagen since then. You could see him. He's been working heavy on his wrestling, especially in a fight like that where it's not supposed, in your head, not supposed to go that way. I could see that really motivating someone. And Corey Sandhagen was doing really well, really well-rounded guy, very talented kickboxer. I believe had won a national title at the age of 17, 18.
Yeah.
As a teenager, with not that much experience, was doing really well in the world of kickboxing, and we've seen him do really well. I believe there's a pretty big height difference in this fight, 5'5" to 5'9", with a 70-inch reach to a 67-inch reach.
Wow.
Granted, though, Marlon Moraes, we've seen him with high-level competition. Henry Cejudo, Jose Aldo, knocked out the guy that just beat you. But I feel like Corey Sandhagen is going to come in with a really good drive. We've seen him being putting a lot, especially into this camp, and he knows if he can get through Marlon, he's still in title contention.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about speed, though? Marlon Moraes is very, very fast.
Very fast, yeah.
How is Sandhagen going to compete with that speed? Is he faster?
I know Marlon's fast, but Sandhagen's still also the younger of the guy, and he's fast.
Okay.
Like it's
a little different. Well,
you also got to think about his basketball. He's coming off with a basketball body type. Before he was into MMA, he was a basketball player, and he has that same attributes of being able to just be that quick twitch muscles and move quickly, especially within a small space. So I don't think he's gonna have much trouble with the speed, but where he could have is just the tricks that Marlon has, in terms of his setup and keeping with the pace, and being able to really, put the pressure on him and hide something behind his pressure.
Speed for speed, straight line, probably comparable, but lateral movement, Corey Sandhagen all day. Mm-hmm. Lateral movement, side to side movement.
Well, it's basketball player background.
Yeah, and he's light. He's lighter on his
tight in the hips. Like he's not as flexible. Even Frankie Edgar has been a record of saying this. He's not as flexible as people think he is.
Yeah.
Marlon had to work to get his flexibility and obviously to get his explosiveness up. Versus, like I said, when you're coming from a basketball background where you have a more, like we were saying, a more natural flow within that movement, I think speed-wise he's going to be able to keep up with him all day. And on a technical level, I think Corey Sandhagen has this fight.
I'm going Marlon Moraes.
Going Marlon Moraes? What about you?
I'm going with Corey.
Going Corey?
Yeah.
I'm going with Corey. Team Elevation. On top of it, too, this is a 5-round fight. We haven't seen Marlon do well in terms of pacing himself. He's an explosive guy. He's coming in with the bigger muscular structure, so he's going to have a lot more lactic acid with every movement he's taking. Every time he's going to be exploding, trying to take, Corey Sandhagen's head off. That's like that. His energy tank is depleting more and more and more. He's not going to be able to keep up, I think, all 5 rounds with Corey versus Corey, who's lived in Colorado and naturally, just as a human being growing up in Colorado, playing sports there, being an athlete growing up, training at Team Elevation for as long as he had, I think he's going to keep up within the 5 rounds. I don't know, Mike.
I'm right with you.
Any counterpoint on that one, Dondo?
Yeah, I'm down with that one, of course. I mean, I like Sandhagen, but I'm down with Morad because
what's
he's
our
old
bet
school.
On this one? We taking a food bet on this one?
It's always food, so In-N-Out Burger it is.
In-N-Out. All right. I'm keeping it animal style. We're going animal, Corey animal.
Keep it animal style.
When you're trying to come up with a bar and it doesn't come through, and
very good,
but
though.
I'm keeping with Corey Sandhagen, the Sandman, on this one, and he's going to sleep Marlon Moraes.
Oh.
Ooh. All right, we covered it at the end.
All right, Adam. That was the bloody breakdown with Adam Araby. We're bringing on Joey the Bull with Bull or No Bull. If he can get over there, it'll be the Bull. He's on his way. But like us, subscribe to us, and share the link because we do want to bring people to you like our special guest, Mike Hermosillo here from Artemis Academy.
Believe it or
And there's Joey doing his thing.
I feel like Dumbo right now. He can fly.
More like Jumbo.
He can fly. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
So, I'm Joey the Bull, the famous Joey the Bull. I get autographs. People stop me anywhere and say, "Oh, can you give me an autograph?" I'm like, that's how famous I am. I know you're pretty famous in your line of work of being the badass guitar player. I mean, my music background is, I actually was working with Gary Busey and his band a long time ago. Watched his back. Leif Garrett. Remember Leif Garrett? And he had a rock and roll band back in the day. He performed at this place, but he was so drugged out of his mind that he left the stage, and I took over his show for 2 hours. So I sang the blues. I mean, I'm a great singer. I mean, don't believe it or not. I karaoke badass background in having my scholarships at Santa Ana College, SAC. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's see what else. Hung out with the head PE, PE Planet, what was that band back in the day in their tour bus, giving it hell. Almost kicking Vince Neil's ass one time, because he's a piece of shit.
He fights Tang Soo Do. That would have been a funny one. I'd like to see how that goes.
Who, Vince Neil?
Vince Neil.
Well, he was really bloated, and he was an alcoholic, man.
Okay.
I was
You say so?
I was
I
gonna
love
mess
the
him
man.
up right in front of his Playboy girlfriend, man. He was just being a big dick. Anyway. So, being the music background, what was your inspiration? What got you into music?
Well, just when I was a kid, I got into poetry. Writing. I was a big fan of just expressing myself on just poetry, and growing up with my uncles, my dad, listening to just like the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and just rock and roll in general. I think I just normally kind of landed into
just all rock and roll. So did you ever play like little like Los Tigres Norte? You got into that deep session? Not too much.
Not too much, but I do like them.
Awesome. Now, what is your worst gig you ever did in your life? I'm talking about worst gig. Like, did you ever have people jump on stage trying to fight you, or did you have to because you're fighting background, get your guitar and smash them over the head?
No, I don't play guitar. I'm a vocalist.
I'm sorry, vocalist. Well, I figure guitar player, rock and roll guy. You figure every rock and roll person's a guitar player.
Yeah,
I play Guitar Hero, and I'm pretty badass. Red, green, blue, yellow, green, blue, green, switch, and yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but as far as worst gig, I don't think I can consider any gig like that that's been bad. Yep. They've all been different experiences, and I just take them as it is.
Yeah, there was one gig I did. I actually, people dared me, so they dared me to get naked. So I actually got naked and ran across stage and was just shaking my goodies.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, hey, I wasn't embarrassed. I mean, I wasn't as chubby as I am now. I do it now, I'd get arrested for sure. You can't tell if I'm a woman or not because I got big boobs and my belly pretty much covers my penis. But anyway, I said my penis. I said it one time. First penis joke of the new season. God forbid. Oh my God, we're gonna lose viewers. Anyway, besides all that, now I got my little segment here. We got some videos I got to show you. We got, there's always fans out there that always want to like tell a fighter, hey, punch me. Let me see how hard you can do it. And so we're gonna have videos showing up of a lot of UFC fighters actually punching fans. So here we go.
Is that Khabib?
Just get my big ass head out of the way. As you see, this guy's taking the hits from Khabib. I mean, my ass would have thrown up a long time ago. This guy's just smiling. Look at this. Now you have, was it Chuck Liddell? Dugan! Well, even with the vest on. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I would have just wore a diaper that day. And said, heck with it. I mean, I wouldn't even laugh. I'd be on the ground embarrassed in front of my soldiers. And then there's this Chubba Wubba. Here we go. Just like motion in the ocean right here. Boing, 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 boing. But you know what? This King Hippo took it like a champ. Remember King Hippo from Mike Tyson? That's what it reminds me. Look at that. Look at those jigglies.
He didn't jump.
Look at those jigglies. Who's this right here? Same kid.
He looks much stronger here.
Is that Leo Edwards?
Yeah.
Now look at this. They actually show a video of this slow motion. Look at this poor leg. That's like a muscle cramp, and that almost hit my head. Would he hit him in the dick? Oh, there you go. Oh man, that would have hurt. Oh, jeez. I mean, it's just crazy seeing these, people that want to get hit by these guys. I mean, I'm one of those crazy guys too. I like to get hit by somebody, like get hit by an actual UFC fighter and see what's going to happen. That would hurt. And you ever get a hit in the man tit? That hurts. Look at this guy. This guy's trying to play tough right here. But look, he's going to throw up. He's going to throw up that Jägermeister he drank the other day, the Four Locos. I know. He's like, I'm dying. I'm about to throw up. Fucking little punk. And look at this girl. Look at this. Look at this. Just back away. It looks like boom. And these guys are hurting. Oh man, I wouldn't even take that. Damn well these guys were black and blue after all this. But anyway, I mean, they show some more stuff. But it's just crazy. I mean, wow. Oh, look at this guy right here. Boom. Is that Tito? Smackaroony. Now we have a coach out there, Mr. Badger out there. That's what he does to all of his fighters before the fight starts. He does the Badger smack. Yeah, Ben Jones.
Oh shit!
And he broke his wrist.
No.
The way that landed, he's like, "No, I'm good. I got my career."
Man. It's gonna be his 4 fingers.
Oh, this poor guy. Oh.
Try hard either.
That look like Adam right there. Adam, are you okay, Adam? Oh my goodness! And that's just a little kick. It's a little tap.
When you kicked the little girl and she threw.
Oh my God!
Oh, he puts that. Okay, here we go. He's been drinking. Oh. That was.
I let her punch me.
Me too.
She's accurate.
Oh, rest in peace, brother. Oh, rest in peace. Oh my.
Well, he took down like a chap. He's not bad.
Oh, that's that guy does magic tricks. What's his name? David Blaine. He's wearing a rubber pad and that don't trick just.
Go with a purple. Am I breathing? Go with a purple. Oh, there you go.
Oh, he knocks that.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, he probably deserved it.
OTM.
He probably talked a lot of smack.
No, they were just training. Oh shit. Oh, this kid's gonna take over from Mark Hunt?
Oh no.
This is the best one. This one's amazing.
Oh, look at those things jiggle.
Damn.
Oh.
Let's see you jump up and go like this.
Let's see.
He's gonna do it, watch.
Let's see. What the hell, dude? Who is this kid? Oh no. Let me see. Let me by the way. Oh. Okay, he's like, yeah, whatever. You're a punk. Hey, she's a little champ. She took it. She took it, man. I don't know, but there's some guards push somebody. Oh, there you go. That's what happened. They grabbed his jacket. That's why he got mad. There you go. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Now, real quick, from last season, I want to bring this up because I've been throwing out challenges to a lot of our old guests, and I actually messaged Mike John today, and he's down to make that video. So I got to schedule a time where we're going to make that video together. Where I'm going to get in they call it the.
We're going to put EBI rules. You're going to be in the spider web, and you're going to try to get out of the armbar.
No, you want to sneak his back.
The back.
Yeah.
So you're going to try not to get choked.
See, I'm trying not to get choked. So it's been set up. All I got to do is find a date and time. I'm going to make sure I bring my guy with my camera phone, and I'm going to embarrass him. I already told Mike John that, dude, you're going down. I already told him on the show I'm going to call you out. Hopefully he's watching. If he's not, he's probably going to see a record. So you're not going to choke me out, son. It's not going to happen. I'm going to do the telephone like, hello, you can't choke me. Hello, AT&T, hello. You're not going to. I guarantee it's not going to happen. And then Gabe Green, I did text him too. I said we could have a TikTok dance-off, brother. We could split the screen to see who has the sexiest ass and the sexiest moves, and that's going to be me again, Joey the Bull. Now I have another challenge, the taco eating contest. Yeah, that's there. But you know what? I also am calling out somebody else that's been working for us here for a while. And I love the kid, and hopefully maybe we'll do this in a couple of weeks. Until I get this little scratch out of my hand because I don't want to catch any ring worm from the mats. But I'm calling out Adam, our fight connoisseur kid. Because he talks all this stuff about how he is training and he's tough and he's this. Adam, you damn little skinny giraffe, you're going down too, son. So we'll make that happen. That challenge is here today. Adam, come real quick, right behind, right? So everybody sees who Adam is, just in case you forgot this kid. I mean, you can't see him. He's probably there. He is. See, I'm gonna stand up against this guy. We're gonna do a face-off.
Yeah. Joe, you're like 4 times the size.
You're going down, son. Don't smile. Did I say smile? Look at me. Look at my face. Be serious. Be serious.
Squeeze his nipples.
You're going down, son. That's the kid I'm challenging in the future. This guy right here. So we're going to make it happen.
Oh,
back to Dondo.
This is Bull or No Bull with Joey the Bull. Hey, like us, subscribe to us, share the link.
Come up the shoes.
I don't know how to come on the show after that one, but that was Joey the Bull. He's an interesting guy. He was calling out, of course, very first guy was 10th Planet's very own Mike John, who's going to choke Joey out. And then there's Gabe Green from Subfighter, but it's Subfighter Seal Beach Affliction with Tracy Hess. And then Christopher Cruz, the taco eating contest, and he's at Black House MMA.
It better happen soon because I'm getting my surgery pretty soon.
And then, of course, Adam Araby is with Subfighter Laguna Hills.
What are the rules, Joey?
What is the trick?
I want to have a full-on jiu-jitsu.
Oh, we're just going.
We're gonna roll.
Well, okay.
No gi. I wear my compression socks and my long sleeve because I don't.
I've never seen you take those things off.
Well, because I don't wear those like the jiu-jitsu guys wear the compression shirts, or whatever they call them, the rash guards.
Okay.
They don't fit me, and I look funny. I look like a busted can of biscuits.
We're just gonna get you.
A lot of lumps going on in my body. I can't wear a rash guard. It's embarrassing.
I know it. I'm embarrassed for you, but it's okay, buddy. You've been on shakes all week. I have faith in you. Right? No more food. No more solid food.
So let's talk about this guy's gear. I already asked a clothing line that's out there.
All right. So we've talked about Artemis, MMA, and Jiu-Jitsu. We've got Yoga with Magda, also at the Academy. We've got Walking Fire. They're coming back at you with a whole new set of songs very soon that they're mixing right now. But Mike also has Live Jits apparel. Tell me about Live Jits.
Yeah, so Lift Jits was created by my buddy Mike Elizono, and he approached me with with this clothing line, and he had this logo, Live Jits, and first time I seen it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. It's a good thing to have, and we linked up from there, and just him and I, we've been on a roll with ideas. As you can see, we got that dark side of grappling. We have that triangle, implementing the Pink Floyd.
I dig
and
it.
we have our belt colors or rankings going through as a rainbow.
No, I dig it. So for people that don't actually see what's going on there and just think it's Dark Side of the Moon, it's Dark Side of Grappling, of course, because the triangle represented in Jiu-Jitsu is also represented there in the art, and then the rainbow colors are the colors of each belt, going from white, blue, purple, brown, and black, and then at the bottom, of course, Dark Side of Grappling instead of Dark Side of the Moon. So if you guys ask me, and I'm old school Pink Floyd guy, I think that's freaking cool stuff. That's cool, man. So I could rep that all day long.
Yeah.
So digging it, and then of course the Live Jits logo on the opposite side, just opposite Mike's right. So very cool. I've got the hat. Didn't wear it today, I apologize, but I got Artemis Jiu-Jitsu represented right here. Dig that. Mike always brings us gifts. So we got posters, we've got stickers, we got pins, we got all kind of stuff. Joey was supposed to show this, but you didn't. We got Walking Fire.
I'm sorry, I got heated up, bro.
That's okay. You're
Sorry.
heated. We know. You're in heat.
Sorry.
But we got Walking Fire.
Walking Fire poster.
This is Mike when he enters into AARP age. He's going to be all hippied out. Right? Check it out. But he's already Walking Fire now. So the music's coming out. I've heard some of it. So they're in the mixing phase. The recordings have already happened. So Mike and the guys from Walking Fire doing their thing. So they'll be, I'm certain, announcing some kind of live event when we're allowed to do live events again.
That would be a cool tattoo.
I say hopefully soon. The last show we had was at the House of Blues in Anaheim with Metalachi, and man, it was an amazing experience. Sold out, and we're looking forward to playing more shows like that.
With Metalachi, I mean, that you're already still, I mean, you're in good company there, man.
Yeah, dude.
They're a fun band.
Yeah, we just everything comes from the heart. Martial arts, music, our healing side of it. We just enjoy, just doing what we love, and I think that's a big part of us, that we just, that's how we live. We live one day at a time, and we just live by doing what we love doing. There's people out there that live miserably in a job, but you have to understand that you also have a choice to either work there or start creating something for yourself.
Yeah, and the biggest thing with Mike, I know that they give back. The community that he represents and teaches in is one that he gives back to and is respected in. So I know that when you're at these schools, they know who you are when you go to see the kids. I know that the parents know who you are. When you're on the streets of Southgate, Mike's the guy. I'm telling you right now, because what they bring at Artemis Jiu-Jitsu and MMA Academy is a representation of the people of Southgate in a very disciplined fashion, bringing martial arts and healing forward, as well as yoga. So that's a pretty big thing when you consider what is going on right now in the world, and that just by being you and believing in the things that you and Magda believe in, that you're able to bring a lot of peace and a lot of focus back to the community.
Yeah, well, it all starts with you. A lot of people want help, or they seek for help, but just remember, it all starts with you, on how you want to approach things, on how you want to decide on the things that you want to do. And it's all up to you. And anybody can do whatever they want. It just put your mind to it, and then look forward.
I like it, and that's well said. And he does represent those words, so it doesn't come from someone who doesn't live it. I mean, the title right there just says it right above us, Live Jit. So he's living that lifestyle. I dig that. You know, that's a good name too. So I dig it. So with Artemis, with Live Jits, with Walking Fire, a very busy man right next to me. So glad to have had him with us to hear about what's going on and some positive things that are out in the world right now, because that needs to happen more often and people need to follow that lead, because that's what we need right now.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to everyone at our academy, Artist Academy, our families, Six Blades in San Pedro, Walking Fire. I love my band. I love my bandmates, and I'm looking forward to a nice, long, beautiful journey with Walking Fire and Artemis Academy as well. Shout out to Live Jits, Mike Elizondo. We just got to keep moving forward and pushing our Live Jits. People need to live their dreams and excel on what they want in life.
I like it. No, it's well said, and I think that's right. If we could only all attain that kind of focus in that direction, then might be a brighter place that we live in.
Everybody knows me. I'm a straight hippie, dude. So I just live one day at a time. As long as I have something to eat, somewhere to sleep, and a surfboard, I'm good.
I like it.
So, Mike, where can they find you on your social medias if you have?
You can find us at Artemis_Academy MMA, and you can also look us up on Live Jits Apparel and Walking Fire Band.
Awesome. Adam, where can they find you on your social medias?
Adam.Araby on Instagram, and then
Sorry.
Adam.Araby on Instagram, and then the Fight Life Connoisseurs on YouTube and Instagram.
And down at Subfighter Laguna Hills MMA.
Subfighter MMA
if you want to spar
Hills.
with him.
And Dondo, where can they find you?
Dondo the Gym Crasher on Instagram, John Dondo on Facebook, and my good friend Magda is here with us, also representing Artemis MMA and Jiu-Jitsu Academy, and she is Phoenix Rising?
Yes, Phoenix Rising
Double X. So Phoenix Rising Double X. Check her out because it's yoga with Magda, and she does live presentations of yoga, sometimes in the evening, sometimes in the morning, but can definitely help you unwind or get ready for your day, which is a very big deal. So she's a big part of what goes on at Artemis and a big part of our family in general. So we love and respect that and wanted to bring attention to that. And then Sean Lerma's in-house. Give him a shout out, Joe.
Yeah, once again, please check his stuff out. It's ourlifecbd.com. Once again, ourlifecbd.com. Check out the stuff. It's worth it. It works. I love it myself. Just do it. ourlifecbd.com. This is Joey the Bull. You can find me at all your social medias: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, I think Twitter and Grindr and whatever websites you want to find me on. I'm all over the place.
It's a lot.
Anyway,
Hey, Joe,
this has been
like us, subscribe
like
to
us, subscribe to us on free admissions.
Share
Jim
the link.
Crashes, share the link.
hit the button.
Hit the freaking button. This has been our first show of the season 5, correct?
Season 5.
And we'll catch you next week. This has been the Jim Crash